We've just arrived in Leighton Buzzard. We're actually moored a little bit on the outskirts, but before we do anything else, we have a very important task to complete. A few weeks ago we found this camera inside a lock. Andrew fished it out with his now legendary grabber. The camera itself was sadly long dead, but the SD card was fine and it had photos on it. There was a photo of a narrowboat in the exact lock that we found the camera, which we figured would be the owners of it. We couldn't make out a name, but the colouring was quite distinctive, so we hoped we'd eventually see the boat and we could give it back to them and they'd at least have the photos back.
And now we've just gone past and we saw the boat we think it belongs to. So we're going to go and try and reunite the camera with the boat. Okay, success. We went to the boat, we found the lovely lady who lived on board. We did spend nearly, what do you think, Chris?
An hour and a half?
Yeah, an hour and a half chatting to her, which was really nice. But now it's dark and we're going to the shops.
Yeah, job done. We completed
Brilliant. Very happy.
Andrew had to go away for a couple of days, so Matilda and I were holding down the fort. I walked into town to have a look around. I was still doing the artist's way, and one of the things you do is artist dates, where once a week you take yourself on a date and do something fun for yourself. So this was my artist date for this week. I went for a little wander around the shops and treated myself to some new art materials. I went on a bit of a shopping spree in Leighton Buzzard, so I thought I would do a little mini haul of what I bought. I went to a shop called Happy Dashery and I went and got a couple of cards for my friends because one has got a new baby and one has got a new house. This one is by Little Black Hat and this one is by Carolyn Suzuki. And then I got this really cute sticker as well. It's a little ramen bowl sticker. I'm going to stick it probably onto my notebook. Found the illustrator who did that. Daria Solak, really cute. And then I went to, they have an Oxfam, like not just a book Oxfam, but just a normal Oxfam, but they had quite a good book selection. And I got a copy of Claire Keegan, Small Things Like These. I have already read this. I read it maybe last winter, but on the Kindle, and I loved it, and it was such a nice book. And it's like the perfect winter book. It's set at Christmas, so it's like perfect Christmas reading. And I love Claire Keegan. I love all her books that I've read so far, and I just thought it was a keeper. I wanted my own copy, so I got that. £1.99. Love an Oxfam for books. And then I went to a shop called Luby Crafts. They do like scrapbooking stuff, so lots of like ephemera and stickers and stamps and just everything that you can imagine. If you do scrapbooking, you know what I mean, like ribbons and tapes and all sorts of stuff. But I think that they mostly do online, or like they do a lot of online stuff, so they just have this like enormous amount of stuff. It was like an Aladdin's cave of amazing bits, and they also had some like other craft stuff like papers and I don't know, everything, just everything. It was amazing, loved it, and the people in there were really lovely. And I got some art materials in there because I wanted to get some colour pencils and I also wanted to try some Posca pens, so I got myself couple of Posca pens, and then I got a whole bunch of pencils and a few little markers just to like kind of sketchbook. I think I kind of wanted to have a bit more like variety of materials to sketchbook with, because I've been kind of watercolouring quite a lot and I wanted to do a bit more mixed media stuff and just have fun, just for fun really, like to, I don't know, break out of what I'm usually used to. I'm not really someone that's massively worked with colour pencils before, like other than when I was like at school. I actually really liked colour pencils. When I first was in like secondary school and learnt how shading works, I got really into like really soft graphite sticks and pencils, and then from that I kind of got into like super really like blended colour pencils, like the really pigmented ones where you like shade and then you use like the white to kind of blend it all together so it all looks like seamless. So yeah, since then I haven't really used colour pencils in a sketchbook, so I thought I would try, and I bought a variety of different bits. But yeah, really liked both those shops. I said to the lady in Haberdashery that they had like a really good selection of stuff. Like I've been to a lot of shops like that are kind of gifts and cards, and quite a lot of them actually end up having the same stuff, even though it's all like independent. It's kind of the same brands crop up a lot, but in there was just stuff I'd not seen anywhere else, and I thought it was really nicely curated, and they did a really, really good job of really bringing these like really interesting things and brands and small artists and stuff and kind of bringing them together, and it was really cohesive but also very varied and fun to browse in. They apparently also do lots of workshops and stuff. They also now have next door where they do workshops, so if you're in Leighton Buzzard, hit it up. Then I went to the M&S Simply Food and got myself some random bits of food, which I'm going to eat now probably. I'm going to play with my pencils and my new Posca pens. I've never used these before. I know people really like them. They're like a paint marker, I guess. So it's a marker, but it's paint. So we'll see. So I'm going to play around in my sketchbook and hang out in the evening. It's just me today because Andrew's gone to a meeting. So I am alone. I am solo boating alone. It's not really boating because I'm just sitting on the boat. I'm not going anywhere. But still, it still counts. So yeah, that's the plan. Gonna have a cup of tea first. I'm also just finishing up some leftovers of a salad I made this morning. That was so good. It's called the 10-minute couscous salad from BBC Good Food. But instead of the feta, I substituted halloumi, which in my opinion made it even more delicious. Oh, I also put some avocado in because avocado is good. Yeah, so it's like couscous and veg basically. It's really good. For dinner, I made myself a rice bowl and watched Notting Hill for the millionth time. Muffin, could I possibly ask you to move? Would that be alright? Come on. Thank you very much. Love you. Hello. Andrew came back and we finally ate my roof tomatoes. It's not the most impressive tomato I've ever seen. Roof tomato, not roof tomato, for scale. It's still quite magical to have grown something you can eat. Definitely would do again. One thing that's nice about being on the move is everything is new all the time. So even if you're just going for your daily walk, there are always new things to look at. Even the mundane is interesting when it's all new. On a day-to-day basis, we're not on holiday the whole time. We're just kind of getting on with our normal life, but in different places. So we're not always going sightseeing or doing some kind of relevant local activity. Quite a lot of the time, it's just a walk to the shops and trying to learn the layout of the local supermarket, which, let me tell you, they really vary dramatically. They're not thinking about nomadic travellers when they're trying to lay out the Tesco's. There's definitely going to be some kind of wizard stuff. Is this where the wizards go? On this stop, we didn't do anything extraordinary. We just walked around town and along the canal and spent a few solid days just catching up on work. It's been a nice morning actually, very peaceful.
Yeah.
But soon it was time for us to move on again and continue making our way north on the Grand Union for the winter.